Well, hi and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this fabulous little edging plant that I have here. It's actually a dwarf mother-in-law's tongue. This one will only grow to about 30 centimeters tall. It's very green, as you can see. They're like little funnels and they form like a rosette. Have a look at this. They have a lovely grey shine to them as well, depending on what the light looks like. But what happens is I actually started off with one or two little pieces, I believe, and that was about 2.5 years ago, 2 to 2.5 years ago, and all of these have grown from there. So they took a little minute to establish, but once they were really established, they took off. Like I say, very green, easy to grow, and another thing about them is they don't actually need water. I never water this corner here. It just gets the natural rainfall. So let me show you how I pulled them apart and potted them, ready for other parts of my garden. These are the ones that I dug up out of the ground, and they came out in a little clump like this, and all I did was pull them apart, and now I end up with all of these individual plants. Really easy to pull apart. You can see that the root base is quite shallow, so you don't have to dig very far to get them, and they strike extremely well. Time now to pop them into pots. From that clump that I took out of the ground initially, I got 8 plants. So here they are in their pots. They're in my shade house, but they're in a part of the shade house that doesn't get misting every day. They don't really need it. They're terribly dry tolerant plants, not only when you're growing them like this, but when you transfer them into your garden. They're in parts of my garden that get no water other than the natural rainfall. Miniature mother-in-law's tongue, the only one who doesn't like it is the son-in-law, but hey, that's how we roll, isn't it, girls? So take some. If you might have a friend who's got some growing, just ask them if you can have one little piece, because I started off a few years back with just one little piece, and now I could easily have 150 of these plants in my garden. They take a little while to establish, but once they establish, they multiply very, very quickly, and they look fabulous in your pots or in garden edging. So, mother-in-law's tongue, just another fabulous plant in my garden that no bugs eat, which is wonderful for me, and no water. How could I say no to that in my drought-tolerant garden? Have a fabulous day, no matter where you are in the world today.